up. And we've been talking about players like Bradley Gompers and Owusu Boateng for a while. What's going on there? Walk us through some of these.
Yeah, I'm going to hit on Jahkeem Stewart, John. I didn't hit Jahkeem Stewart.
Oh, Jahkeem. Okay.
Which is a big one. It's a big one for everybody because the reason why it's so big is because last night, I believe, Rivals predicted Jahkeem Stewart to go to USC. And then today, the closer, Will Fong, put in a Fong bomb for Jahkeem Stewart to go to USC. And the thing that's interesting here is Michigan is pushing for a visit this week for him. We watched, so anyone who, again, watched the Receipts show we did yesterday, Jahkeem Stewart was essentially a player that we all unanimously said is a must get for Michigan because this dude is a savage on the field. He's incredibly good. So we'll see if Michigan can counter. Just because their crystal ball doesn't mean it's over. But here's what matters. He has to visit to Michigan. If he does not come to visit to Michigan, it's not going to matter. The other thing that's pretty critical here and very interesting, as great as Michigan's NIL is, and as much as I'm thinking of the Portnoy video because there's more to it that's just hilarious. But like Michigan, Portnoy is essentially saying we're buying everybody, we don't give a shit. But USC has an incredibly strong NIL offer. That is, it's not just financial either. It's kind of like so the thing about Jahkeem Stewart is he plays on the Thanos character. He likes Thanos. Well, guess who's working with USC on his NIL deal?
Marvel. Who's that? Marvel? Wow.
Yes.
How about that?
That is why you see these crystal balls, because the NIL deal is so unique and also very aggressive. That's why you're seeing these NIL pitches or these crystal balls from not only Rivals but On3 Steve Wolfong. So Michigan, we are going now. And this is another one, just like the one I talked about with you guys, where we were going to see what happens with Isaiah Gibson. Are they able to pull a dog out of Georgia? Well, if you're able to get this kid from USC after the pitch they're giving him, who he loves Thanos, and it's not just it's the Marvel branding and all that stuff. If you're able to pull Jahkeem Stewart, shoot. Then it don't matter. So we'll find out. Is it possible? Does Michigan have a ton of NIL that they're going to be able to get a lot of the players they want? Yes, but are you going to get absolutely every target? You win some, you lose some, man. And we'll find out if this is one of the ones we lose. We'll find out. And then our boy Juju says north of $5 million in terms of this NIL package. Yeah, that is the number that appears to be circulating right now. It is a $5 million NIL offer to Jahkeem Stewart. It's a heavy hitter. So we'll see where it goes. And if he does not make the visit to Michigan, it's done. If he makes it to Michigan, we'll see if Michigan can swing it.
$5 million had to do it.
Exactly, bro. And then so our next prospect here is Bradley Gompers, a personal favorite for me. Michigan tried to get him to visit this weekend. It didn't happen. I think he might have had like a practice or a playoff, something to do with that. It didn't quite happen. They're going to see if they can get him to visit. Kiyoki, shout out Kiyoki, our boy.
Kiyoki's here.
Hey, shout out to Micah. Hell yeah, man. And then so we're going to see if Bradley Gompers comes to visit Michigan this week or Sunday. So just a heads up, the visit period for Michigan this until signing day is going to be the rest of this week. Obviously, they have a road game, Ohio State. That won't be a visiting day, but Sunday is. And Sunday is going to be the last day before the dead period before National Signing Day. Michigan needs to be closing. We'll see what players visit. Now, we won't have a show until Saturday, so maybe we'll have some updates for you guys on Saturday. Hopefully after an Ohio State or a Michigan victory over Ohio State, we'll see what the boys can do. But I do think Bradley Gompers likes Michigan. I know Penn State's trying to push here. He is committed to Duke. We'll find out where it goes. If I had to, so I am leaning Michigan here. I'm leaning Michigan. I think Michigan can pull it off. We'll see, though. Our next player is a personal favorite for our boy Moose, and it is Owusu Boateng. Moose might actually die a happy man if we land a Owusu Boateng. He might not be able to watch Underwood next year, but he would die a happy man. Owusu Boateng is another savage. Both him and Gompers are dogs, no doubt about it. Owusu Boateng's taken his recruitment all the way to National Signing Day on the 4th. It is definitely a Michigan Colorado battle. Notre Dame's out of the picture, which is good for us. But Colorado's doing their best to make a move here. I also am leaning Michigan right now. I am leaning Michigan. I think Michigan can close on both Gompers and Owusu Boateng, which would be just epic. That'd be just so strong for that linebacker room with a Chase Taylor. Yeah, I like that a lot. We'll see where it goes, though. We have a week, and I'm going to tell you guys, and if anyone's followed our show and you've watched the Owusu Boateng recruitment, he loves the process, man. He really loves he's one of the kids who like just enjoys every minute of it, and he's going to use it to his advantage. And like I told you guys, agents are going to use this week as an opportunity to get the most for their players. We're going to find out where this goes. And when you start dealing with these top dogs like this, prices go up. So we'll see what the deal is. I'm not saying that's the case for Owusu Boateng, but you know, when you were declaring you are December 4th, you're making an announcement December 4th. I mean, it's quite clear that you're going to take it to the clock. And when that happens, things happen. Our next player here, John, is Grayson Littleton.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan has contacted him, but there hasn't been much of anything from that. One thing I will say, though, that I haven't touched on any of our updates so far, John, there is 100% a guarantee that Michigan is talking to players we don't know about, because they are being very delicate with their approach, even though there's all these names we have, and we have a lot of them, but they're being very careful with their approach because they are really trying to hit some home runs right now, and they want to close this class very strong. And so it wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't mean just because we're not hearing anything on Grayson Littleton, there's not traction. There very well could be traction. It's just there's not anything at the moment. Grayson Littleton, for those who were not following along, Grayson Littleton is the former Clemson commit who decommitted just to visit Michigan. He literally decommitted to visit Michigan, but he went to Texas because of the stability. Well, we got Bryce Underwood now. We have a program that is loading up on talent, looking for players like Grayson Littleton to come join the class, come play with Shamari Rose, come play with Jaden Sanders, have an elite cornerback room. This is a player Michigan's trying to get. The other player that is our next player is Alex Graham. He's the local product, former IMG player who transferred back to Michigan this year. He's been healthy. He's played well. Michigan wants him in the class. This is the other player, and I told anyone who's watched us for a while, I've told you this since August, and I'm sticking with it now. I feel Alex Graham is going to end up in this class, and Alex Graham's a very good player. So looking forward to seeing the result. We'll see if I was right or wrong there, but I do think Michigan's doing a really good job with Alex Graham. So we'll find out with that. We'll find out the result on that one. And then here's one that's very interesting, John.
Is this DJ Pickett?
This is DJ Pickett.
Woo! Number 3 in the nation of cornerbacks. That's very exciting.
Yeah, so this is the number 3 cornerback in the nation. Okay. This is also a player who is in the LSU class. So he's very aware of who Underwood is, right? This is what's interesting about this recruitment. His mom is a former Michigan alum. His family is actually from the state of Michigan. It just so happens to be Thanksgiving, John. And you know what you go do on Thanksgiving, don't you? You go see family. So guess who's going to be in the state of Michigan this week? DJ Pickett. Guess who's trying to get DJ Pickett to come visit their school this week?
Hey, Michigan. Hey, Michigan. Look at that.
So we'll see. We'll see if they are able to get him on campus and make a move here. And you know who is not too far from the campus of Michigan, John?
Who's
Bryce
that?
Underwood.
Hey, Bryce Underwood. You think he might be a little link up there?
Yeah.
All right.
Very much
all right.
So from my understanding, Bryce Underwood is in contact and trying to recruit a lot of these guys. Bryce Underwood has his recruiting hat on, and he's putting in work from my understanding. So I feel Michigan could make a move here if they can get him on campus. We'll find out. And I'll tell you guys, if they land DJ Pickett, oh my goodness, bro. This dude is an athletic freak. He'd be a hell of a get for the class. And then lastly, we have the safety, Jordan Young. Michigan. This is another player where Michigan is reaching out, getting dialogue. It appears to be reciprocated. it appears Michigan's trying to make a poll here. And so Jordan Young would be a safety. This is the only safety that I have right now that Michigan's contacting. We're going to find out of all these players, John. I mean, how many is it? We just talked about, I got it right here. We just talked about 15 guys, John. And that's not
15.
even all of them. Like there is honestly more that's not public.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
And one of the names we gave tonight, John, really isn't that public. And I've been withholding it since Thursday.
Well, look, I think it's I think, like I said, I think this is very exciting. And Michigan is playing offense, which is what we had been screaming for back a long time ago. And now they're doing it. They're playing offense instead of defense. They're going after everybody, and they're not going to hit on every single one, but they're going to hit on a decent amount of these, I think, with the NIL approach that they have now. And so it's very exciting. Yeah. And watch this space, because that's why we don't feel too stressed about the game. If Sharon pulls it off, it'll be the funniest thing ever. And if Ohio State wins, well, that's expected. Like, that's supposed to happen when when you're up against the Ohio State is the #1 defense in the country and Michigan has the 128th offense. That's supposed to happen.
And listen, they didn't spend over $20 million in the offseason to not have a good team this year. They have a very good team. We'll see where it goes. I wanted to hit on our boy Juju's asked about Taz Williams. So the reason why I haven't really hit on Taz Williams is because it's very public, his interest in Michigan. I don't believe it's currently mutual. I think Michigan has, and actually I'm quite confident because we just talked about a bunch of them. They have bigger fish that they're chasing right now. So I think that's kind of where Michigan is. We already have 3 wide receivers committed to the class. I don't think Michigan's going to pursue Taz Williams. I do think Taz Williams is a pretty solid prospect, though, but I just think these other prospects are a bit higher. And then also, John, I guess I'll close it out here. I think Michigan's going to, for sure, have a top 5 class, and I think they're going to be pushing for top 3.
Woo! Yeah, top 5, I think, is pretty much a lock.
Currently 9. Currently 9.
Yeah, I think with some of the ones that we know are coming, I think top 5 is a lock, and top 3 would be incredible. I mean, that would be amazing. Would love that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's very exciting, and watch this space, because as things transpire, we'll let you know.